I'm Austin Fleury,
And I'm Justin Lee.
and we are the Property Bruhz.
So tell me a bit about how y'all started this business.
So we got into construction first, I would say in 2015. We started to purchase property in New Orleans and wanted to renovate them. Most of the properties in New Orleans look similar to this. So they're gutted from Hurricane Katrina. We had to find a way to kind of do the work in the most cost-effective way. So we started off getting with subcontractors that would do the work. So that's plumbers, HVACs, electricians, and would get some of the work done. As time progressed, we ran into some good guys, some bad guys, lost a lot of money. People started to take money from us and not do work. And after a while, we decided, hey, maybe we should pursue a career in general construction. And that's ultimately what we did back in 2018. We got licensing after doing at least 15 projects with other general contractors or people that said they were general contractors, and became our own company.
Cool. So what is your favorite part about being in this industry?
For me, with somebody who has experienced natural disasters, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. We both are from New Orleans, Louisiana. So we've experienced Hurricane Katrina and losing everything. And literally, like he said before, being in situations like this where your home is literally flooded and gutted, is nothing really to come home to. So being able to bring back that home feel is something that we really take pride in, just being able to put things back together for our clients.
I would just add that also just the idea and ability to make dreams become reality. We often see clients that want this dream house or business owners that want this ideal space. And it is actually fulfilling to us to be able to produce that. You know, you'll come to me and say, I want my house to look like this, I want these features, but you don't have an idea of how to draw this, what the back ends of what this looks like, the building process, the permits and things like that, but you entrust us to do that, and then we're able to deliver a result and show you progress upon progress as we go on. And that in itself to me is fulfilling, because we're not only just, of course, making a living for ourselves, but we're giving back to our community and fulfilling the dreams of someone else, whether that's a family or a new business.
Helping them carry out their vision, helping them carry out their dream.
Very cool. What would you say is the most important thing for someone like a homeowner to consider when they're choosing a contractor to work with?
I think that for a homeowner, when they're choosing a contractor to work with, they should be really thorough in looking at the contractor first. First, verify that they are actually who they say they are. Verify that they have the proper licensing and insurance to take on the scope of work provided. That's huge in any event of any loss or litigation. You want to make sure that you have those grounds covered, as well as credibility. I mean, licensing isn't everything, but it does make a more of a comfort barrier that they did take that step to get the proper licensing. Aside from that, I want to say that they have to find someone that's going to be a good fit for their project. So not everyone can do state-of-the-art bathrooms and kitchens. We specialize in interior renovation, specifically bathrooms and kitchens. Those are where we win at the most. But a guy that does roofing every day probably might not be the best guy to do a bathroom. So yes, he may come in at a cheaper quote for a bathroom, but is the quality of work going to be the same? Does he really know what you're looking for? Can he provide it? So I would say not only look at the price, but look at the quality of work they're providing, the portfolio of work that they've done in the past. So ask for references, pictures, or addresses of properties they've done work for in the past, as well as also look at the bid that they're given and ensure that it includes the full scope of work, and be sure to ask questions to make sure, because there are ultimate times where certain jobs don't require bathroom. For a bathroom, you don't always include sheetrock, painting, and kitchen. If you say you want new tile and a new vanity, you're going to get a new tile and new vanity. So you want to just make sure that you're specific that, hey, I want a full bathroom renovation, and that this bid entails the full job instead of just the base, and then you get into a job and your hands are tied now because you thought it was one thing, but it's not, but you ultimately still want that goal to be accomplished.
What would you say makes y'all different or stand out in terms of every other contractor in the market?
I think that the difference with us and most contractors in the market are we are actually committed to the industry. This is not a way for money for us. This is more so our livelihood. This is our passion. This is our hobby. So as general contractors, as well as real estate brokers and investors that are seasoned, this is all we do every day. So when it comes to design, when it comes to material, when it comes to sourcing, we have the best relationships within the industry that most people won't have because we have it from a full circle point of view. We look at each project as if it's our own because we know that it's not only just a project for us, it's the full service. So if I renovate a bathroom for you today and you want to sell this house 6, 7 years down the line, I would hope that you would call me to sell it as well, and that on that inspection report, nothing comes up about this bathroom that I built 7 years ago. You know what I mean? So for us, it's the full holistic view about everything, and our name and our brand is very serious to us. So we pride ourselves in providing customers with the best of the best quality at the best price, and ensuring that they're getting the latest look and view that they're looking for. Often we are tasked with doing design and providing them with sketches and concepts, and we love that part, to go pick out stuff for clients and bring them pieces and samples. Like, what do you think about this? Here's what we've done somewhere else. You know, are you open to this type of risk as far as, let's mix these colors up, let's do black, gold, and white, you know, or what is your design tolerance? So I think the difference with us is we're more inclusive and we see the full circle. It's not like, okay, let's get in, get this job, get this check, and we're out the way. It's more so we want a relationship with each client beyond this job. We want your family to call us. We want you to call us when you look to sell at retirement, or your kids want to buy a house, or friends and family. We want to be the first person you call. So it's providing that holistic approach.
Yeah, that's cool.
We love to be hands-on. We're very hands-on, and I would like to call us visionaries because we see what you can't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we go in and we make sure the project is exactly how you vision it, but we help bring that to life.
Love it.
Yeah.
Y'all have both talked about community and the value of helping the community. Can you tell me a little bit more about why that's so important to you?
I think that for us, I mean, we come from a very small community in New Orleans, minority community, of course, where poverty levels are at an ultimate high. We were blessed to not be impoverished, but we were not nowhere near wealthy. And we saw that how really real estate and your ownership status kind of drove where you were. I mean, most of the people in my community were honestly Section 8 tenants. And as a result of that, the type of people that lived in an area, as well as how they preserved the area, was not at the highest standard. But it's almost kind of hard for them to understand, hey, why did you care so much about an area to preserve a property that's not yours, actually? You know, and I didn't really like that. I think it was sad because of what would go on with the area, the drama, the violence, and things like that. And it ultimately became a situation where we were like, well, how does this change? And maybe if you create a more of a better environment as far as the properties that people are living in. So we target those areas that no one wants to go to, minority areas, rundown areas, and we make them beautiful and make the people that come in and have some respect and self-pride about themselves. Like, I love where I live at. Don't throw that trash outside my house. You know, even though this may be the most rundown area in the town, not this block. You know what I mean? And seeing the quality of life that changes and the uplift that it provides to the community is important to us. So we've always been engaged in the community. We go back to hire people from the community. So we're at the trade schools, getting those new students and those guys that want to learn and take up carpentry, electricians that are looking for mentors and trying to be proteges in programs. That's how we really engage. So we go back as far as providing jobs, we provide housing, and also we also go back in the economy and give back. So scholarships, food drives, clothing drives, and things like that.
Very cool.
Yeah. You want to be able to not necessarily be a product of your environment, but be better than your environment. Give back to that product, if you get what I'm saying. So somebody else can learn from what we're doing, our experiences, and see that it's possible to get to that next level, to understand that this may be where you start, but it's not where you finish.
That's cool. What do you do on the day-to-day basis?
So basically all of the operations, making sure I receive all of the, let's say if we have a delivery of materials or anything like that, making sure all of our guys are on site, making sure the project is being managed properly, everything is going smooth.
Perfect. Same question.
I'm the Chief Operating Officer, so I'm responsible for more of the hiring, the logistics, insurance, accounting, communicating with our accountants, client relations, onboarding. I'm more of the behind-the-scenes person, so you will likely receive emails from me, status updates from me, invoices from me, I'm the guy that's going to come out, do the initial site visit, issue contracts, and then from there I pass it to Austin, to the rest of the team to actually continue and complete the job. And I'll go back and do the post renovation or post construction updates and readouts.
Cool. Can you tell me a bit about your ability to find people to work with, and then how that allows you to have a large delivery capacity?
Absolutely. I think that, as I mentioned earlier, we go out to our community first. We have a lot of references here because we're both alumni of Morehouse College, which is very prominent here. Aside from that, we have our own in-house team of guys. So we have about 15 guys on our own salary that do maintenance for our local rental properties that we own and manage or represent for clients, assist with our construction projects. So we have a head foreman, we have carpenters, we have electricians, plumbers. So we have guys in-house that we already have on payroll regardless that are set salary, as well as guys that we're able to source. So those subcontractors we need for those larger projects that maybe our internal team aren't able to accomplish just at that time. So we constantly have a list of guys. For us, our problem is never having guys to do the work. It's always more so not enough work for the amount of guys that we have,
Right.
you know?
Totally. Tell me your vision for this place.
Okay.
Wow, so our vision for this, man, I'm so excited, and I can't wait to get the permits back so we can actually start building and doing what we need to. But this is gonna be a $1 billion space, essentially. It's just a creative event space, a real estate office, construction office, and a creative content studio. So it'll be multi-purpose, but everything will be flowing together, essentially.
Right.
We also felt like this is something that hasn't really been done, especially not in that area transparently like Glenwood. So we're in the heart of a challenged community. We want to give them a place to have events that are safe and nice. We don't believe that the facility should be built run down, or like the most facilities around here, they're not nice. They're kind of old, they're run down. They don't give the luxury look. So we wanted to bring something here for that, as well as for people that want to do things that are on the creative side, like photos, or become a photographer, or a podcast, or just maybe come in and use the computer and handle some business that maybe are upcoming realtors or service industry people that need an office space to conduct their business, have their own business but don't have an office and can't afford an office, want to provide that space for them. And we felt like being in the heart of community like where we are in Austin Drive off of Glenwood is a great place to be and a great place to add that value.
Very cool.